To review the properties of this particular string, we're going to go and look at the design data form. We're going to click on the button from the ribbon and then left click close to the string on the drawing. In the form, you'll notice that we have three entries. So first of all, we have the template, and this was the auto template that was applied when we created the Kerb return. You'll notice that we can change that template, and we'll talk about that very shortly. We have batters, and there is a single batter entry in there. When we created our Kerb return, we were asked if we wanted to use 1-in-1 slopes, and that was originating from the active settings. Lastly, we have the subgrade definition, and you can see there that we're currently using a template called road-6 meters. So this is controlled again through the active drawing settings. What we're going to do is take a quick look at the template that's being applied and see how we can change it. So first of all, what we'll do is we'll click on the templates header, and again this is the same with any of these headers. As soon as you do this, the template editor button will become available. We're going to click on that. What we're going to do is find a suitable template that could be applied to that Kerb return instead of letting the software use auto. So go to select template, and we're going to scroll down the list until you see local Kerb gutter, and there's L for left. L means it's on the left hand side of the center line, and due to the way in which Kerb returns operate, they're always being drawn on the left hand side. So let's click on OK. So this is a template that we could hypothetically use for the purpose of our Kerb return. The one thing you need to know, and this is the most important part of applying a template, is the addition of a code on the right hand side. This is the RDUM code. So this is what we reviewed earlier. You'll notice that it is 1 millimeter away from the center line with 0 slope, i.e. there's no height difference, and the code will never be plotted if we produce cross sections. So the idea is that this code is draped on our behalf if you decide that you want to have a template that looks along these lines and could at some point be used for the purpose of network strings. There is no harm in adding an RDUM code. So you could use create section, basically go and complete the form with a very small section, a 0 slope, and that would basically create your RDUM code and apply some subgrade at the same time. If you don't apply subgrade, then you'll need to use edit section and click between the centerline and the RDUM code to have subgrade applied. For the time being, click on cancel. We're going to abandon the changes. Now we're going to close the design data form. If you want to rename your Kerb return, so for example we've called this KR1, if you wanted to rename it, you do not rename, if you're using Civil 3D, the Civil 3D alignment, because that will disassociate the string from the alignment which is being used. So you always need to make sure that you want to rename an alignment and or the string, you click on the rename road string tool, left click close to the string, and this will do two things: rename the alignment and then rename the string for you. So don't go ahead into tool space if you're a Civil 3D user and rename the alignment. If you wanted to delete the Kerb return, maybe you wanted to start again or create something different, you can go back to the network strings pull down, click on create edit Kerb return string. We're going to left click somewhere on the north side of the intersection, and you can see there we have delete Kerb. Delete Kerb will delete the string and the alignment at the same time. Let's click on close. If you had multiple Kerb returns that you wanted to remove from the drawing, not just a single one, that process could be fairly lengthy. So if you want to remove multiple, you can go up to the edit panel, click on the delete strings button, and in there, if you've got multiple Kerbs, you can select them all within the drawing, or you can go and pick them individually from the list. Underneath, we can delete just the string, or you can delete the alignment and the string. The reason why you may want to delete the string only will really lead us on to the next lesson, which is creating your own custom alignment. If you've created your own custom alignment, you don't necessarily want the software to delete that alignment from the drawing. You may want to keep it. So there are cases for saying that you want to delete the string only. Click on cancel. Now we're going to move on to the south side of the intersection and really look at how we can begin to create our own custom Kerb return shapes.